Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Youth Camera Action, a show for the youth, by the youth, brought to you through the kind compliments of Mapping 2K4 and the National Youth Council of Dominica. I'm your host for this evening, Kerdisha, and like I always like to start off Youth Camera Action, I just want to thank all the regular viewers out there who make it a priority to tune into Youth Camera Action every Wednesday from 8:30 to 9:30. I just want to say that we appreciate you very much tuning in. And to those new viewers out there, a big welcome to you. And I just want to let you know that Youth Camera Action is a show where we talk about relevant youth-based topics as well as highlight youth talent. Now tonight I'm especially excited for this show, and you may say, well, Kerdisha, you're always excited. And while that is true, I'm very much excited about this program because we're going to talk about something that is very close to my heart, something that I'm very passionate about, and that is fashion and clothing as well. Tonight's topic is wear it right. That's right, wear it right. So tonight what we're basically going to do is talk about fashion, youth, and young professionals and how you can dress. We're going to see how turning an outfit from casual to formal can be as easy as slipping on a jacket. Now we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to introduce our guests, and I'm sure that all of you know them, but I'm not going to tell you who they are right now. So stay tuned to Youth Camera Action. Again, I'm your host, Kerdisha. Don't change that channel.
We bring you the power to light up your world from every corner of the nation. Your current needs we serve in the wind and the rain throughout the night. We bring you light. Dominic, the power to Dominic, the power to serve you better.
Entertainment, sports, news, travel, cuisine, and arts. Pink TV is here. With over 80 great channels to choose from to satisfy your entertainment needs no matter what. Watch all your pay-per-view programs with ease. Tier services included Fox Soccer Plus, Speed TV, and Tennis. Watch quality local programming like the Channel 5 News and Ion Sports, all from the comfort of your home in full digital and HD. The thrill, the scare, and the emotion. Mapping 2K4 Pink TV, bringing value home because life is better with Mapping.
Thanks for staying tuned to Youth Camera Action. Now, before the break, we spoke about the topic of tonight's theme, which is wear it right, where we're basically going to give advice to young professionals out there so that they can not only, talk the part, but they can look the part as well. And in studio with me are three people who I think are very knowledgeable about the topic that we're going to talk about tonight, and I'm going to give them a chance to briefly introduce themselves to you all.
Hi, good night viewers, and Nicole, and of course our dear host. I am Ruth Augustine, the CEO of Dominica's Next Supermodel Inc. and of course Dominica Model Management, Model and Image Consultant.
Thank you. Yes.
I am Johnson Massicott, and I'm an IT technician for the Ministry of Health. And I'm just a boy who makes it a point of duty to dress on point every day. And through doing so, I've developed a keen sense of fashion.
Hi everybody, I'm Nicole Morson. I'm a model, I'm from Portsmouth, and I love fashion, and I believe that yes, you should wear it right, because whatever you wear, it tells who you are, and it gives an impression.
All right, thank you so much, for taking the time out to come on board with us at Youth Camera Action, because what we try to do every Wednesday is talk about something that we feel that is necessary for the young people out there, and we know for sure that first looks are, it makes a big impression on somebody. True that looks should not matter, but they do matter, because how a person sees you when you're first dressed gives them an impression of how you are, how you behave, if you are suitable for whatever position that you're going to be into. Now, Ms. Augustine, I know that you are a professional in your field. Just give us a little background into how you got into the area that you work in right now.
You know, firstly, I started off as a model myself, and you know, as a brand ambassador, it's important that you take care of yourself, you look good at all time, because you represent yourself, and you're going to be represent other companies that are looking forward to working with you. You know, I got myself educated in that field. I'm still actually doing my online studies with AICI, that's in London, image consulting. And, you know, I've grown myself through meeting a lot of professionals in the business, such as designers, image consultants itself. And, you know, I've come back here in Dominica, of course, you know, with the Dominica's Next Supermodel. So, of course, give the information to themselves so they could become better individuals, dress good, look good, and feel confident in their own skin.
That's great. And I know everybody out there knows about Dominica's Next Top Model. It was so successful in the last year, and I'm sure this year the models are looking fantastic. They're looking, you know, they're ready for action from what I've seen so far. Now, I know that you are an image consultant, but for those of the viewers out there who probably don't know what that is, can you tell us a little bit about what that is?
Basically, it's from a professional stand of view. I will guide you accordingly in ways I think you could enhance your look. Now, you know, when you hear the word image consulting, many may think, hey, it's about dressing good, but it's not only about dressing good, but it's about your projection from out within. It's your confidence, what you portray out there, your best interests of others, of course. And when I said image consulting, for example, you know, I expect people when they step into an office, when they step into a grocery shop, into a workplace, wherever you step into that place, you want the first impression of people to see that you are that confident, beautiful, bold, exotic person, be it female or male.
Right. And we don't want to say that, you know, looks are the number one thing, because they are not, but your inside should reflect your outside.
Definitely.
So it doesn't matter if you are coming into the profession with, you know, your degrees and your certification. People see how you dress as a reflection of who you are. Sure. So that's why it's so important to, you know, put your, as you said, put your best foot forward out there. And I want to turn to Mr. Masicot. You know, you said that you're a person who thinks highly of dressing well. Now, as a male in Dominica, you know, some people might say, well, I mean, it's okay, but men don't really have to focus on fashion so much. What is your take on that? Fashion in men especially, in the Caribbean it's frowned upon, but then we do understand that it is important to make a good impression, especially the first time you meet someone. In the Caribbean, we see that men are frowned upon whenever they show a sense of fashion. But I am of the opinion that we should be royalty in our own fashion. And when you think of that, you just carry yourself day by day, and you present yourself, and you put out your best foot every time, and you don't really pay mind to what people think of your dressing or your style. You just make sure that you, as an individual, you are comfortable. That's right. And I think that people may think that, you know, men's fashion is so hard or complex, when it's not. It's just sometimes it may be as simple as putting on a nice dress shirt or your nice dress pants and your watch and your cufflinks and your shoes, and just making a conscious effort. So I'm glad that we have a male perspective tonight on the show. And now my last guest, I know that you look so beautiful. I need to say,
thank you.
From
thank
the get-go, I mean, as a model, I know you always have to look beautiful, but you look exceptionally beautiful today.
Thank you.
I just want you to tell the viewers out there, you know, I know your profession is a model, I said that, but how did you get involved in the whole modeling area of your life?
Okay. From since I was 5, I had a passion for fashion and for modeling. I would dress in my mother's high heels with the scarves, and I'll ask her to take pictures of me and whatnot. And she always used to tell me, you have some resemblance of Miss Campbell. But I would laugh at her because I'll say, you're just telling me that to make me feel good. And from then, I would accessorize my look. I wanted to look different. I wanted to create that image. It's not like I could help it. I was saying, well, let me do this extra so people will think extra. It just came naturally to me. I would step in a store, and maybe something people might not look as, it looks good, or they would not pay any attention to it. I would take it and I would glam it up. And everybody would say, I think that girl mad, or that girl, before Converse and dresses came out, I was wearing Converse and dresses because I liked the both. And I would wear a tie, and a tie with a vest, and simple things like that. So I think that's where it started, and I decided I want to enter into this industry. I don't only want to be just a model, but I want Nicole Morson to be a brand. But first of all, it has to start in the line of fashion. So I wanted to start as a model. And I love walking the runway. So I started watching YouTube videos, pictures, catalogs, posing. Before selfies were selfies, I started taking it. And I started with Dominica's Fashion Week, where Ruth, I always used to follow Ruth. I started following her from Caribbean's Next Top Model. And I was like, I like that girl style. She looks different. So then I heard of Dominica's Fashion Week with Glenda Lugue, and I contacted Ruth and asked if she knew about it. She said, yes, come to the casting and whatnot. And from there, I made long-lasting friends who would help me further in the industry. And I participated in Dominica's Next Supermodel the first year, the original guinea pigs. And it was just a great experience. I didn't emerge the winner, but I still take the experience, I take what I learned and I ran with it, because I know what I wanted and I did not want to stop there. And I would constantly message Ruth, if I'm somewhere, what do you think of this? What do you think of, if I'm going to that place, how do you think I should present myself or whatnot, or what I should do, seeing that you have done it before and whatnot. And I still continued, I persisted, and I went to New York, I did shows in the Caribbean. This year I did 4 or 5 shows. I got 2 magazine feature, one of the cover of Design Anguilla and another one in an American magazine. I got to see Naomi Campbell on the runway live. It was a great experience. So it shows hard work pay off.
All right, and Naomi Campbell is a world-renowned supermodel. For those of you who don't know who she is, and
yes.
I'm sure that was an amazing experience.
Amazing.
All right. Now, what would you, sorry, what would you say to somebody who probably, is saying, well, you started at a young age, but you had so much fashion sense, and I don't really have that, but I have the passion within me that I want to be a model?
It begins with the passion. If you don't have the passion for modeling, it makes no sense you enter into the industry, because it's like a roller coaster of emotions. That's my own personal definition for it. Sometimes you will hear a lot of no, you will hear a lot of yes. You would have to invest into the industry. I hope the aspiring models are hearing. Invest and invest in yourself. Do photo shoots, go on shows, search the internet. You can't say, I want to be a model, I want to be a model, and I want to get paid for being a model, yet still you have no portfolio. And on top of it all, you don't research. They would ask you, who is your favorite designer? I don't know. Who are the movers and shakers of the industry? I don't know. If it's your passion, research and invest into yourself. Build a portfolio. And you would always want to, you would always tell yourself that I want to do that, that's what I want to do. That's who I want to become. So if it's your passion, believe me, you would push.
All right, thank you. I can tell already that we're going to have a great show. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
We bring you the power to light up your world from every corner of the nation. Your current needs we serve in the wind and the rain throughout the night. We bring you light. Dominic, the power to serve you better. Dominic, the power to serve you better.
Entertainment, sports, news, travel, cuisine, and arts. Pink TV is here. With over 80 great channels to choose from to satisfy your entertainment needs no matter what. Watch all your pay-per-view programs with ease. Tier services included Fox Soccer Plus, Speed TV, and tennis. Watch quality local programming like the Channel 5 News and Ion Sports, all from the comfort of your home in full digital and HD. The thrill, the scale, and the emotion. Marpin 2K for Pink TV, bringing value home because life is better with Marpin.
Thanks for staying tuned to Youth Camera Action. Now, during the break, Miss Augustine and I and Miss Morson and Mr. Masicot were speaking about how important it is as young people to dress a certain way, not just according to your age, but to know the difference when you are going to a formal event versus a semi-formal event. And Miss Augustine was telling me, you know, that young people out there should be more interested in that aspect. Now, you growing up locally, we usually see people dressing, I guess, according to their job profession. But what exactly is that? You know, people don't know exactly what is work office appropriate or something else. Because right now we see that a lot of offices are getting a lot more restrictive in their dress code because people don't know what exactly to wear. So now, for people who are probably a little hesitant about what is work appropriate and what is not, what would you tell them?
No, we see right now in the in not only in Dominica locally but even regionally and internationally that what we see happening in that in most of the workplaces they actually having the employees uniformed. You know, that is because some of the dress codes that is just so not appropriate. You take for example some of the young ladies, they come with these mini skirts to workplace, and I, you know, as much as I'm a model and I'm a young person myself, I just don't find it appropriate to step into any workplace with a skirt which is, you know, above your knees, so short and tight fitted, and all your figure is out. I mean, I'm not saying that you can show your sexiness, your beauty, but you show it confidently with the right clothing. You could have a nice pencil skirt on you with your little heels on and so forth. But it doesn't mean you have to show a lot of skin for you to again be sexy and for you to show your best.
And as you said, you are a young person, but you are, you know, a mature lady, and we often see that people, or should I say mature women, dress in a way they consider trendy, but which is not exactly appropriate for their age. And no, we're not saying it to, you know, put down anyone. We're just saying that the way you dress reflects yourself, and sometimes the outfits that they do try on aren't appropriate for their body type, as well as being probably too young for them. Now, some women may be in a bit of like a midlife crisis and don't know exactly how to dress themselves. What advice would you give to those kind of women?
You know, I feel like, right, feel like everybody dress according to how they feel, you know. And again, for us, I see it as even the young, the adults, everyone, you know, they wanna show some sexy, but they don't know how to show sexy in the right way. For example, like adults itself, most of the time I see them dressed with their stomach outside, which you would most find before would be the teenagers having their tummy outside. But now I see it's adults, 30s, 40s, when they step out, they want to have their tummy out and their shorts on. Not saying you know, I'm against it or anything like that, but there's a different setting and a different mood for all of these events. Like, for example, you're going to the beach, you know, that's appropriate. But, you know, again, you want to show that you're an adult because there are so many young people looking again at you, and you want to be an example every time you step out of your door. You understand? So again, it is just based on a different setting you go to, you attend to, you have to dress appropriate for that.
That's great advice. And I see Mr. Masicot nodding his head in agreement. You know, from a male perspective, how do you view it? I know that men look at women, obviously men look at women, and based on what they wear, you perceive certain things about them. What would you, you know, say to women who probably are not too conscious of what they wear and how it impacts men?
I would definitely tell them that they affect men, and I believe that most women come across it every day, because as a woman, especially in the Caribbean, you are faced with the hisses and the pisses from men when howling like dogs, as they say, when they see an attractive woman, you check. And women, just from those responses from men, should understand that they have a responsibility in society just to control those certain aspects in public and in other places and other forums where you meet men and other persons.
But I have a quick question for him though. Do you find, like when you see a woman, what is attractive for you as a woman? When all her skin is exposed, or when she's dressed presentable and of course have that exotic look?
I think I know
is that appealing to you?
But
you know, from a man's perspective, of course.
Definitely you have to understand that there's a time and place for everything. So if I am going to a cocktail, a work cocktail, and I see this young woman with her stomach out, I might cringe at that one day, what's really going on.
Yeah.
Because you should know that this isn't actually appropriate for a work cocktail.
It's true.
But then there's a time and place where some
said.
skin is appropriate,
Yeah.
like the beach.
Exactly. And some women may be so beautiful, but sometimes what they're wearing turns you off. completely, because I've seen that happen a lot of the time, or you immediately associate the woman with something. And you know, I don't think people realize the amount of emphasis placed on what you wear, because I've noticed that a lot of, I research a lot of things, and I recently came upon a video where a young woman was speaking about how, not men, but society tends to sometimes blame victims of rape because of what they wear. And not that we are condoning that, but sometimes, you know, certain things that you wear portray certain things about you. So maybe somebody would take certain liberties with you because of how you dress and because of how they see you. So that's why we see that it's so important for young ladies especially to dress a certain way. And I see that Nicole is nodding her head in agreement. Would you like to comment on what I just said?
Yes. Really, it troubles me sometimes. I would go out, and even though I'm nodding my head in agreement, sometimes I'm like, SMH. No. Darling, that's just not for you. Or I'm seeing the person they have the clothing, but they just don't put it together properly. And they would have a great look sometimes, but they would go to the place, and I think, I'm not saying, giving it as a fact, but I think even the older people, they would say, you know what, I want to look good too, or something like that. But you can look good in clothing that's for you. Don't try to get into an extra small when you know your size is large. It don't look right. Sometimes you feel, oh, I feel it looking good, I feel good in it. Sometimes you feel good in it. Look at yourself in the mirror, or ask somebody around you, how do you think that fits? How do you think that fit? How do you think it look on me, or whatever the case is? And sometimes people will tell them, you know what, I think you should maybe change it up, but they will say, oh no, that is my style, that's how I like it. No, you have to think of what I represent, the type of person I am. What I'm a woman, I should dress as a woman.
Exactly.
Leave those crop tops to your daughters, please.
And I'm sure that's advice that probably people, you know, are offended. But once again, we're not saying it to offend everybody.
No.
No, but again, even the crop top, Nicole, you know, you see 10-year-old, 11-year-old teenagers, or well, not even teenagers yet, but I'm using this crop top, and they turn up to be so older, and then you step out in an event and you think, wow, they're 18, 19-year-old, they could mingle with you. Again, you have to dress appropriately. And the parents need to understand, when they send their son or daughter, they have to ensure that they dress properly, because it begins at the home as well, okay?
Yeah,
so they have to ensure that that is done.
And I know that we have a special, you know, show. Miss Augustine has a special show planned, because with her is one of her models from Dominica's Next Top Supermodel, who is going to probably showcase, you know, an item which Miss Augustine picked out that she was going to talk to us a little bit about.
Should I stand up?
Yes, you can stand up.
That's a formal, right?
Right.
She can sit down? Stand up? I can sit down?
However you're comfortable.
Yes. So this evening we have model Alisa Labasia, and of course she is 100% Dominican, as you could see. And this evening we're trying to pull off a formal look as well. So you know, that's a setting she could go on a job interview with. Very simple. You know, she has this black, her body is totally covered. She has this pencil skirt. I mean, it could be a little longer, but it's decent enough, ladies.
Yes,
and of course, you know, she's showing a little skin. She's showing her classiness as a woman, but at the same time, she is covered. As you could turn around, she's covered with her, from her back, and she has on her nice little heels, and the heels always, you know, the heel does it for everybody. It adds points. Once you have on your heels, this brings out the sophistication in any woman. Anytime she put down her flat, she's in a comfortable setting. That makes it where she's just after work, she's just gonna head over to have a simple drink or have something to eat and so forth. Again, how you could transform that look is by accessorizing it to a more setting of a dinner mood. So you could just put accessories, earrings up, some bangles in a hand, and put some poppish colored heels, pink heels, and you could just go for a setting where you at a dinner, and of course looking like a fashionista.
That's right, because outfits are very interchangeable.
Yes,
you can go from dinner to night in probably like a few, you just take out the jacket, or you put on some fun earrings.
Or even your makeup.
Exactly.
Even the makeup as well. So Nicole, I'm glad that you mentioned that. It has a lot to do with your look and how you wear it. It's all part of your outfit, it's all part of your dressing. So thank you so much, our model, Alisa Lavasser.
Yes. That was great. Thank you. She's so tall. Goodness. right? But that's just one of the examples that we can use of how to dress appropriately. And like Nicole was saying, makeup plays a lot, especially right now. And I watch YouTube very religiously. And the tutorials on makeup, sometimes it's so overwhelming. It's so overwhelming, and honestly, I feel like a lot of them are just really product placement that companies want you to buy. But there are lots of ways where you can do something simple and it turns out so beautiful. And I see that Ruth is just bursting to say something right now about that makeup aspect, because you know, as Dominica's next up supermodel, your face says a lot, right?
Yes, it's important, of course. I mean, simple does it. I tell my models all the time, you know, simple does it. You don't even wear makeup. Sometimes you don't even have to wear makeup to go to Roseau. Once your eyebrows are properly arched and you have a simple lips gloss on, you're good to go. You don't need to fill up your face with any foundation or to go to that. As a model, it's important that you keep your face clean and clear. Only for photo shoots and, of course, extravaganza, you want to look, you know, a bit extra. You would go the extra mile. And for our Dominican women, like, you know, I see most of the time they've come to Roseau and their face is just so full up with, you know, eyeshadows, colors on their lips and so forth. I mean, like, you want to pull attraction to you. Doesn't mean you have to go looking like a clown, you understand?
We would say outrageous.
No, I'm just saying, because, I mean, simple is the best beauty anybody could ask for. Natural does it. I mean, ladies, we need to just, you know, be a little more settled on the makeup itself and just have that natural look. Like, you come here this evening, I'm looking at you, and I must applaud you because you actually don't have any makeup on you, and you look absolutely beautiful tonight. So that is A+. That is A+, and it does it. Most of the time I step out my house, I don't wear makeup. I just wear a quick lips gloss and not even eye pencil, eyeshadow, anything of that sort, and I leave feeling confident about myself. And then when it's to a different setting, then I would play around with my makeup and of course pull off that look I want.
Because you can be so casual, just, you know, quick powder, your eyebrows, your mascara, your lipstick, and you go. There's not necessarily a need to do the full face of makeup every single day, and young women really need to know that, because a lot of the time the makeup, it affects not only your skin, because it does affect your skin, it affects how you feel about yourself. It has a lot to do with self-confidence, and you should be comfortable enough in your own skin to say, I'm just going to town, you know, it's a simple trip. I do not need to put so much makeup on my face. Yeah,
that is so true. And that's why I recommend that all young people, ladies, even the men themselves, you know, that they ensure that they have an SPF, be it SPF 15, SPF 20, but that is a moisturizer for your face. It's a sunscreen. And whenever you step out your house, you have to step out with an SPF. It's important because that actually keeps your face looking young, moisturized and refreshed every time. Once you have your moisturizer on, your little simple lips gloss, your hair neatly done, you're ready to conquer the world.
I wanted to ask Mr. Morson's, you know, opinion on makeup, because I know that there's so much controversy about men and makeup. Men don't like makeup. Men think makeup is, you know, unattractive, or men like makeup, too much makeup on women. What is your take on that?
For men, the simplest, most closest to natural look that a woman could have on is most attractive. So we're not exactly cutting out all makeup, because we know we are not all perfect as human beings. So we do understand that you go through certain natural cycles which would affect how you look. So providing these things occur, we will not frown upon, you know, the makeup, but then the closest thing to natural definitely is more attractive.
That's right, and I agree, and I'm sure that my lovely ladies agree, because I see that you're so simple and yet so beautiful tonight. Now, I'm having a great time tonight. I always do, but I'm having an exceptionally great time, and you know, thank you once again for taking the time out to come on board with Youth Camera Action. And we're going to take a short break. We're going to speak to somebody from the NCCU who is here with us tonight. She has a lot to tell us. And I just want to inform those of you out there who do not, you know, those of you who have mapping and the people who don't have mapping who want to tune in, that they can tune in to tbnentertainment.net and watch us live. You can also catch us on Twitter and Instagram. So you can follow us, you know, tweet about it, talk to your friends about it. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with Youth Camera Action. Don't change that channel.
Have you paid your mapping bill? The 10th of the month is disconnection. Upon disconnection, visit Mapping's main office. You will be required to pay off your balance and the reconnection fee. Reconnections will be done within 72 hours. So, avoid getting disconnected. Pay your mapping bill on time, because life is better with mapping.
It's movies, entertainment, sports, news, travel, cuisine, and arts. Pink TV is here. With over 80 great channels to choose from to satisfy your entertainment needs no matter what. Watch all your pay-per-view programs with ease. Tier services included Fox Soccer Plus, Speed TV, and tennis. Watch quality local programming like the Channel 5 News and Ion Sports, all from the comfort of your home in full digital and HD. The thrill, the scare, and the emotion. Marpin 2K4 Pink TV, bringing value home because life is better with Marpin.
Thanks for staying tuned to Youth Camera Action. Now, before the break, we spoke briefly about, the NCC person who is going to come on and talk to us, and she's in studio with me right now, and I'll just give her a chance to introduce herself.
Good night. My name is Monique Jeffrey. I am the marketing assistant at the NCCU.
Monique, welcome, and I know we're not strangers. Monique and I went to school together, so I'm very glad to have you here. Now, I know that you're here to talk about Youth Week. So for those out there who don't know what Youth Week is, tell us a little bit about it.
Youth Week is NCC's initiative to increase youth membership and youth savings in Dominica. Worldwide, youth membership at credit unions has been dwindling. So that is our initiative to help build up our membership amongst the young people, because we want to have the credit union and have the credit union movement growing and lasting for a much longer time. So that is our initiative to help to do that.
Okay, so when does Youth Week run from?
April 20th to the 25th. That's a Monday to a Saturday. And we're going to have a number of activities. So we're going to open up with a launching on the Monday, that's the 20th. And then on the Tuesday, we will have an event for high schoolers, 4th to 5th form, a financial literacy seminar with the branch manager of St. Paul, that's Mr. Curve Charles, at the DPSU. Where he will talk to the children about budgeting, financial management, starting from a young age, so that they can build up themselves to be more financially stable.
So I know you said that at a young age, but how important is it that young persons start knowing about savings and finance at a young age?
It's very important because we only have such a limited time, and we know that retirement, years pass so fast, we reach retirement so quickly, and sometimes we haven't taken any time to save. Sometimes we have children, we have mortgages, and we want to do so much more than just that. So at that point, you want to start young, saving, so that you can be able to do those things later on in life.
Okay. Now, I know that you said that you're tackling, primary school students, etc. Are you tackling high school students and college students as well in Youth Week?
Yes, indeed. We're having some competitions. Okay. So we have an art competition for primary school children. And that one's going to be very great because it's under the theme of the week. Youth Week's theme is Wild About Savings. Yes, at the credit union. So that art competition will be under that theme. And so the children are given a chance to do art on any medium. Just once it fits on a manila paper, full-size manila paper, and they can send that into the NCCU. So they do it on the theme, and it's just, we want to see how they can get creative about that.
Is Youth Week a new, thing for NCCU, or it's something that's been ongoing for a while now?
It's new for us. This is our first year doing it, and we hope that it will go on to become an annual event for us. In the States, it has been an ongoing thing. As a matter of fact, they've increased it to be a month now, so April is Youth Month. But this time we're just starting off, so we decided to do it a week. So if you see it goes so great, probably next year we'll do a month.
That's great. And now, it's so important to have savings, because I myself am a member of the credit union. But for those who don't know why it's so important to save, especially at a credit union, let them know a little bit more about why it's so important to save, especially at a credit union.
Well, the credit union, we give great interest rates, both on our savings and our loans. And we work with our members at a level that you probably wouldn't get at a bank. That's definitely a thing, because we're people helping people, and so we do our best to help our members to the best of our ability so that we can get them to a better place.
Okay, so tell us some of the you know, stuff that you offer at the credit union. I know you have loans, you have interest, you have mortgage. Tell us about some of the stuff that you offer to persons.
Some of our savings accounts, we have a Christmas Club account where you can save from January to November for Christmas. We have an MRA account. That's for, you can start from a young age saving until age 60, 65. So you can have money for your retirement. And that one has a great interest rate, and it compounds interest. So it's interest gain interest a year after year. So you can even stay and estimate, calculate how much you would have after a certain amount of time. We have loans for all purposes, and our basic interest rate is 11%. So anything you can come up with, we have a loan for it. We also have a mortgage blast loan. That's it's a compilation of furniture, loan, and home. And we just work with best of abilities to help our members to whatever it is they need to get done, that we would help them in any way.
All right. I noticed that you said your interest is 11%, and that's extraordinary. So for those who probably don't know exactly what 11% interest is, can you explain that a little?
That'd be 11% of the amount of money that you wanted to get on the loan, and then they would.
And what is it? Do you know what is it normally at other institutions?
No, normally other institutions, they vary. But with us, it's not just about the interest rate. It's also about the service and getting you to where it is you want to go.
Okay, and I know you're a young person. As a young person, you know, other young persons, or they might be saying, well, I'm young still, I don't necessarily have to have savings, I can just spend my money and live. What would you say to those persons?
I say, don't really procrastinate about it, just do it, because just saving that $20, that $10, that $50 every month, every 2 weeks, it really starts to build up after a while. Because as I said, compounding of interest, if you leave it there for a year, it's going to gain interest, and if it's that interest stays there along with that principal, next year it's going to gain more and gain more and gain more, and you're just going to see everything just rising.
And there are lots of opportunities that you can get through savings, because, for example, you can buy a piece of land very early, you can build your house very early, and those are the kind of things that we want to talk about, because, you know, you're not going to be young forever, you're not going to be in your parents' house forever, you have to think about the future. Now, I know that you said that the Youth Week was brought about for a greater activity, but why did you all decide to have a Youth Week especially, and not like you say a month or something like that? Is it because you all are testing it out still?
Yes, we're testing it out, and we're getting great feedback. So probably next year might be looking to put in an even bigger scale. And we're having some great other events. We're having also a TV show. Yes, a TV show by 2 of our staff members. They're going to host the show, and they're very excited and they're working very hard, and it's going to be very great. And also we're having a panel discussion on amalgamation. We want to talk about amalgamation on a greater scale, because that's something that's very prevalent in our region, where there are a lot of banks and a lot of credit unions, and so it's not really feasible for our region. So we need to talk about amalgamating and building stronger credit unions and stronger financial institutions.
Can you give us a little detail about the show? Like when would it be aired and what station?
The show will be on Thursday the 23rd. Yes, after the news, so that will be at 8:30.
On Mapping.
On Mapping,
and
right here on Mapping.
And the panel discussion?
The panel discussion will also be on Thursday.
Be on Thursday.
Thursday at 5 o'clock at the NCC Rosa Branch, Independent Street, the boardroom.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Monique, for taking the opportunity to come out on Youth Camera Action and spread the word about your youth week that the NCCU is having. And I hope that, you know, those viewers out there who now have the information will take the initiative of, you know, involving their children, because it's very important to learn about financial savings and, you know, being a person who is not exactly, you know, spending all their money, because obviously we want to have money to live when we retire and for our children to pass down. Now, is there anything else probably you would like to say?
Yes, I'm glad that you're talking about parents saving for their children, because we are actually going to have a promotion on our children's account savings. Yes. So for that week, there's going to be a promotion on. We will announce it next week, exactly what it's going to be. But it's going to be great for parents to come in throughout the week and save for their children, open their accounts if they don't have one, or come to save. And there's also going to be a promotion on that promotion.
Now, how easy is it to get signed up with the credit union for persons who are probably still hesitant, into coming into this institution?
It's very easy. You just need pictorial ID, proof of address, and if you are part of another credit union, you need permission from that credit union, and $80.
And it's that simple. And I know that you all have something right now called a Now for Now loan, which I think you are the only institution offering that right now. Tell us a little bit about that.
The Now for Now loan is, as it says, Now for Now. We have the application form. It's costs $50 to apply, and you can get up to $8,000.
Wow, that is incredible. So once again, Monique, thank you so much for taking time to come out and speak to us. You're tuned into Youth Camera Action. We're going back into our main topic, so stay tuned and don't change our channel.
Have you paid your mapping bill? The 10th of the month is disconnection. Upon disconnection, visit Mapping's main office. You will be required to pay off your balance and the reconnection fee. Reconnections will be done within 72 hours. So, avoid getting disconnected. Pay your mapping bill on time, because life is better with mapping.
It's movies, entertainment, sports, news, travel, cuisine, and arts. Pink TV is here with over 80 great channels to choose from to satisfy your entertainment needs no matter what. Watch all your pay-per-view programs with ease. Tier services included Fox Soccer Plus, Speed TV, and tennis. Watch quality local programming like the Channel 5 News and Ion Sports, all from the comfort of your home in full digital and HD. The thrill, the scare, and the emotion. Mapping 2K for Pink TV, bringing value home because life is better with mapping.
Thanks for staying tuned to Youth Camera Action. Now, before the break, we were speaking to Monique Jeffries of the NCCU, and she was telling us a little bit about all the wonderful things that they are doing during Youth Week. And I'm sure that my guests who are going to participate in Youth Week, now that you know about it, you will encourage other persons to, take part in Youth Week. We're back on our main topic, which is Wear It Right, and my guests, Miss Augustine, Mr. Masicot, and Miss Mason, telling us a little bit about the importance, how important it is, sorry, to know the difference between casual clothing and formal clothing. Now, with Miss Mason, well, not with Miss Mason, next to Miss Mason is a mannequin, which is so beautifully dressed, and she's going to tell us a little bit about, the formal aspect of, dressing and dressing appropriately.
Okay. This outfit right here, it's a beautiful dress. It's not a two-piece, it's a whole piece, and that's what I love about dresses. As you realize today, I brought a dress. I prefer dresses, honestly, because if I have a top, I have to think of, what do I have to put that top with? Or if I have a bottom, I have to think of, what do I have to put that bottom? What top do I have to go with this bottom? But then with my beautiful dress, I don't have that to worry about. Just as this dress. With this dress, let me stand up so you can see it better. I'll come a little closer. With this dress, you can go to any formal event with it.
Right.
I always tell myself it's better to be overdressed than to be underdressed, but you also have to dress right. With this dress, you can go to, if you have a dinner, it's your birthday and you're having a party and you want to stand out, it's the perfect dress for that. If you want to go to Dominica's Next Supermodel 2015, you can definitely wear it. It's a bodycon, as they call it, but it has the frill in the end, and that's what that makes it different. You wear with the perfect pair of heels, and it stands out. It gives that special, all eyes will be on you, that's what I would say. And it hugs your figure, and it's just perfect. I think it's beautiful. It's a beautiful dress. The color is beautiful, and based on your skin tone, if you're a brown skin, then it would be perfectly fine with you, even if you're light skin as well. If you have the perfect accessories with it, then that's just the dress for you, or at least something that look alike. You have to, whenever you look for a dress, you have to think of how does it fit. Okay, maybe I don't want bodycon because of my stomach area or something like that. Then you can get a dress that's
Flares up.
flared
Yes.
tight there and it flares out at the bottom and it fits perfectly. You would look beautiful and no one would not even know that you have a little don't do your sit-ups problem. Don't do your sit-ups problem as well. So it's a beautiful dress, and or you can get any one of the dresses that look like this and it would be perfect. I don't like everybody wearing the same thing every time. You go to a place and then you see everybody's wearing the same thing like you. So whenever you go to shop, you look at your colors. If maybe you don't want to buy a top or you don't want to buy a pants, then you can also look out for a dress. You try it on, you look in the mirror, you ask the persons in the store opinion, and you would feel, I personally feel drawn to clothes. And I know the clothes that's just right. You would just know, yes, this is for me. It fits right, it looks right, I'm properly covered, nothing that I don't want to show, it's not showing, and whatever the case is. So that's what I think about this dress. And if you all don't get it, I think I'll get it for.
Let me say, all the clothing tonight that we've seen is sponsored by K-Style Store, which is located on 40 Upper Lane. It's across from the Scotiabank parking lot. So if anybody out there watching is like, oh, that dress, I have a formal function coming up, and Nicole recommended the dress, so obviously I have to get it.
Yes, yes.
And the dress is
Before me.
available. The dress is available before you, yes.
And I just wanted to ask, Ms. Augustine, a lot of people can be confused as to what is formal and what is semi-formal. How would you define both of them?
Well, formal for me, a formal setting is, has a sophisticated pool, of course, where you are pretty much very covered and you want to show that serious setting, that serious mood, and a professional kind of mood as well, but you could be sexy and of course portray that confidently. And for the other one, just like you came in earlier and you wanted to do the advertising for us, you had your sleeves showed off and then you just covered it up with your jacket. It's simple as that, and you transform basically within a minute.
Right. Sure. And I want to get Mr. Masicot to say, because he's been so quiet, and I brought him on especially for the male perspective of the show. A lot of times men find it hard to shop in Dominica. It's kind of expensive, it's kind of pricey, but obviously there are certain items that every man must have in his wardrobe, to complete his look or whatever. So what would you advise, young men out there who are not too sure, what I have to get, do I have to get a white pants or black shirt? What would you consider essentials in a man's wardrobe?
Essentials in a man's wardrobe. Now, first off, we know that you can never go wrong with black. That's the safest bet. As a man, it's safe to own a black pair of jeans, own at least one dress shoe, preferably black. A stylish, casual yet classy watch, For professional or more classy forums, you own a proper white shirt that you could wear, if you want to go to an interview or so. And that's pretty much it.
Right. And I know that all women like to see well-dressed men. I like to see well-dressed men.
Of course.
Nicole is like, yes. You like to see all men well-dressed. How high do you feel like the impact is for a man who is well-dressed? And how serious, how much more seriously do you think you'll be taken than somebody who is supposed to, dressed with their pants below their waist or something, just not attractive?
I mean,
from my personal opinion, I think, I stand by it. I believe that what a woman sees you wearing, especially the first time or even the times following up, it's going to definitely impact whether she is attracted to you or not. And I live by that.
And if you were saying
it's not even about just being attracted by the women, of course, but of course your own personal style. Exactly. And you want to, whenever you portray yourself as a man, you want to always be that well-groomed and well put together. And for me, I see simple does it for me again. I don't want to see a guy, all dressed up and like, let's say, going with the different colors there and there where we are doing right now. You have your simple short pants, you have on a white, you have on the of course the nice dress shirts. You know,
You can use me for example.
Yes. And guess what? And even him tonight, you know, I'm seeing him twisting around his outfit with this glasses right there, which makes him look like a fashionista. So of course I must commend you on your look, because when I came in this with him, I'm like, who is this young man? Because I've never seen him before, and he's like, you know, I'm Dominican, I stay here, but you did well. You actually look the part, and you're really representing for us in Dominica.
It's like, why haven't I seen him before?
Well, yeah.
And then maybe you can have a Dominica's next male supermodel.
You know,
That's the intent. That's the intent. So, you know, again, you know, you're setting a trend for what is going to be coming soon for the male model edition for supermodel.
It's true, and your first impression is all your lasting impression, but you never know where you have to make your first impression. So I think that you should always look your best, and for men in Dominica, really, you all need to.
Yeah.
Skinny jeans don't have to mean extra tight, and at least not below your boxers. Yes,
you know, and
already.
What is so important for me, we're talking about dressing as well, but I just want to just put out there that it's proper that you're properly shaved. You take care of your hair, you take care of your skin. Not because you're a man, you don't care, because you're not a woman, you don't have to do the thing. Hey, at the end of the day, we women are looking, and not only that, you're representing yourself, you're a brand. Whenever you step out, you want to look your best. So guys, if you have long hair, you can neatly pull back your hair, you can go up your hair. If you have locks, you always keep your hair neatly done. If you have short hair, you trim your hairlines from your, you know, from your face to look good all the time, because nothing is better when you step out and you look so confident in the skin you're in. And that's because you're taking the time out to appreciate and to love yourself. And guess what? Nicole can't do it for you, right? So you got to do that for yourself.
And, and there's nothing, you know, that makes you feel nicer than a woman, and you step out and your arm can't be well-groomed. You know, you feel nice about yourself. And I just want to say again, thank you so much. You know, we're winding down right now. Unfortunately, the hour has gone so fast, as it always does. But, you know, we're going to go into our last segment soon. And I just want to say again, thank you so much for taking the opportunity to come on board and speak to us about these issues, because, you know, it affects Dominican youth, and what affects Dominican youth, I always say, affects all of us, because it impacts all of us at the end of the day. And it was such an exciting topic. I'm always excited about Youth Camera Action, but you know, tonight was especially great, and I just want to thank all our viewers out there who tuned in to Youth Camera Action. We're winding down right now. We're going to go into a break and go into our final segment. But once again, you're watching Youth Camera Action. I'm your host, Kerdisha St. Stay tuned, because we're going to wrap up with our guests, and I'm sure that you don't want to miss anything else. Stay tuned to Youth Camera Action.
Have you paid your mapping bill? The 10th of the month is disconnection. Upon disconnection, visit Mapping's main office. You will be required to pay off your balance and the reconnection fee. Reconnections will be done within 72 hours. So, avoid getting disconnected. Pay your mapping bill on time, because life is better with mapping.
It's movies, entertainment, sports, news, travel, cuisine, and arts. Pink TV is here, with over 80 great channels to choose from to satisfy your entertainment needs no matter what. Watch all your pay-per-view programs with ease. Tier services included Fox Soccer Plus, Speed TV, and tennis. Watch quality local programming like the Channel 5 News and Ion Sports, all from the comfort of your home in full digital and HD. The thrill, the scare, and the emotion. Mapping 2K4 Pink TV, bringing value home, because life is better with mapping.
We're back with Youth Camera Action, and as you can tell, there's a lot of activity happening off screen. Miss Augustine was just telling me about how important it is to, you know that you don't have to spend an exorbitant amount of money to look your best and to feel your best. That's right, Miss Augustine.
That is right. I mean, most of the time, you know, we are here saying, you know, I don't have the money to look good. I don't have the money to buy this new dress. I don't have the money to buy this, what I need to attend a function. But guess what? It's not about the money. It's about the simple thing that you have in your wardrobe that you could mix and match all the time. Like, for example, you put on a skinny jeans, you want to attend a dinner, you put on a nice black top, accessorize that, your hair is neatly done, and put it in throw in some heels, throw in some wedge heels, and here you are with your look. You don't have to go buy a $200, $300 dress for you to look the part. Simple does it again, and I think all ladies should have black dresses in their wardrobe, little black dresses, and of course a pair of black and white skinny jeans. That is important because with that we could also mix and match with our tops and different bottoms and with a different colored heel, and here we are, people like, wow, this chick look like $1 million all the time. How does she do it? Exactly. You know, you just simply working with what you have.
You can look good on a budget.
Of course.
It's not necessarily having. And Miss, sorry again, Nicole. I know that, you know, as a young person, it's not all the time that you have money to buy the most expensive thing. So for a young person, what would you advise that, you know, Miss Augustine was saying certain things that they have to have in their wardrobe. What would you also advise that they should have in their wardrobe?
Okay, dresses, definitely dresses, of course, because I'm a big dress lover, but not to be biased. If you have different accessories, earrings, cuffs, sometimes you don't need to have 10 different pair of jeans for you to bring a different look across. You can have 2 or 3 pair of jeans. I started off with only 2 pair of jeans, and you wear it with different tops. Maybe you don't want to wear it long every time. Sometimes you want to roll it up a little bit or something like that. And you have a perfect look. You wear it with different shoes. One time, if you're going to a meeting, like a normal youth meeting, you can wear flats. And you have a casual top with it. You have your same pair of pants, you're going to, I don't know, work function, and you have the long jeans, you wear high heels with it, and a nice long sleeve shirt or a short sleeve or whichever way you feel comfortable, but a professional top, and you mix up your look. So I think, yes, it definitely helps. Sometimes you wear the same thing, but you have an exaggerated necklace or an exaggerated earring or something, and it creates a different look. You put a smoky eye instead of just a natural look, and it sells, and you look good every time.
Exactly.
And that perfect bag, you must have that perfect bag. Of course, you have to have a nude bag, a black, a brown, whatever color it is, but you have to step out with a little bag
and you
to
feel
show that
confident.
class.
That's right. And confidence is key.
Confidence is key.
We're wrapping up right now. I just want to get your final thoughts as we close down.
You know, again, whatever you wear, ladies and gentlemen, you know, you need to wear that confidently. And in closing, I would like to say, you know, many times I walk in Roseau itself, and women are well dressed, present themselves well enough, but I see a lot of this happening. When we walk, we slouch.
Sure.
A lot of women, when you dress, you need to stand straight. You need to put your shoulders back, belly tuck in, and you exude that confidence whenever you step out, because nothing is more important than you selling off yourself with your confidence inside.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Mastercard.
I'd like to touch on the men, just let them know that you don't have to feel anyway when someone considers you fashionable. You just have to ensure that you express individuality and function, and just carry yourself confidently in whatever you want.
Excellent advice.
Yes. My advice to the young people out there and everybody who's dressed, how you dress represents who you are, the type of person you are. It portrays your personality. So I advise you to, whatever you wear it confidently, as long as you know you're wearing it right, as the topic says. Wear it confidently. Don't slouch. Put your shoulders back up. Feel confident when you walk in it. And always remember, ask somebody's advice if you're ever in doubt. Sometimes they might not be the fashionista, but at least they will be able to tell you
Honestly, how you look.
Honestly, how you look.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for coming on board with Youth Camera Action. Once again, I'm your host for this evening, viewers, Kerdisha Sedri. Thank you for tuning in to Youth Camera Action. My voice is gone, but we'll see you next time. Have a good night.